This is episode 4, How to Choose the Best Niche to Serve in Your Business and Be Happy Doing It. Welcome to the Calm Marketer Podcast. My name is Kenneth Fong, a digital marketer on a mission to help businesses thrive. I'll bring you on my marketing journey where you'll get to learn from my experiences as an INFP navigating an extroverted world and get actionable marketing tips for your business. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Now let's begin. So last night I got a pretty bad vibe email from a lead that just kind of made me think and made me kind of rethink my whole sales strategy for my business. So just a little bit of a backstory. I have been, over the past couple of months, I've been trying to do outreach for a niche, the alternative energy company niche. And I chose that niche because during the pandemic and the previous companies I've worked with in the past, a lot of these companies, they can't really work at full capacity. And also, I want to work with companies that know how to sell in their business. They know the importance of sales. And so I chose the alternative energy niche. And since July, I've been really trying to get clients in that area. And I hired an assistant to help me with sales. And I've been sending out emails, and I got this bad. The email is just like it just came off as really, like, you could tell he was very didn't trust marketing companies, didn't trust marketing professionals to help him. He probably got burned in the past by a different marketing company. And that's, understandable. His reply was basically along the lines of, I only work with companies if they are on a commission basis. And he asked me, are you willing to work on commission like the rest of us? And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, that makes sense. I do understand that, working on commission is it makes sense in a lot of cases, but in some cases, not so much. And, I just wanted to help him get more leads for his business. That's my service, is helping him with his marketing and allowing him to reach people who are interested in his service. But just the way he replied to my email really hit something in me that over the past 3 years, I had never really felt it as much as last night. So I was thinking about choosing a different niche. I haven't had too much success. There's been action, but in terms of landing a client, I'm still trying to. And it's been almost 3 months now, and it got me thinking of trying out a different niche. Part of me wants to, part of me doesn't want to. I don't want to because I don't want to be in that cyclical shiny object syndrome that a lot of people have, of kind of chasing the next big thing or chasing the next new thing, and I don't want to have that mentality of just quitting and doing something else. In one aspect, I'm not really quitting and doing something else because I am still with this marketing agency and, trying to help businesses. But, I'm trying to jump to a different niche and a different niche. I don't know if that is a good option for me to keep finding a better niche, because all niches ultimately, I feel like, have their issues. But at the same time, I do want to be true to myself and listen to my emotions. Before I was working in the dental niche. And the reason why I choose the dental niche was because I used to live in an area in California that had a lot of dental offices. Almost every block had a dental practice, and I was pretty shocked because I came from Chicago, and in Chicago you do see some dentists, but they're not that prevalent. Like you do see them, but where I was living in Southern California, I like you can't. It's almost as much as Starbucks or Walgreens or CVS. In almost every single block, every single street, there was a dentist, and I was so shocked, and I didn't realize, that it was possible to have so many dentists in one area. And so that's how I, got into this business, is serving the dental niche, because there's so many. Um, and other marketing professionals have targeted dentists quite heavily, and a lot of dentists, they have been burned. Um, and when you approach them, they do approach you with that that uh, that mindset of you trying to steal their money or do bad, right? So I don't know. I want to work for people who, I guess, are in the same emotion, like mindset as me, and that fit my personality type, right? So I'm an INFP, so I was thinking maybe I should serve a group that are, that a lot of INFPs work in. So last night I was Googling, and I came across this site. The site is truity.com, TRUITY.com. And the page that I came across was the top careers for an INFP. So according to this page, I'm just going to read off of it. It says, top careers for an INFP. Caring, creative INFPs tend to choose careers that let them express their individuality and their personal values. Many INFPs work in helping professions where they can bring their compassion and empathy to others. INFPs also frequently choose to work in creative and artistic occupations, which allow them to think freely and be their unique selves. So, top careers. So, arts, design, communications. So, like fine artists, fashion designer, graphic designer, writers. And then there's another group for science and healthcare. So, anthropologists, psychologists, sociologists, massage therapists, midwives, physical therapists, and then there's community and social service, so mental health, social workers, education, librarian, preschool teacher, professor, special ed. And then the last category is business and management. So there's fundraiser, HR specialist, training and development manager. So I don't know. None of these, honestly, none of these really stand out to me. And in terms of what I do, so I do marketing, I do SEO, I do Facebook lead generation. And I guess every business needs online marketing, if they want to stand out online. So right off the bat, though, it's kind of hard. Like I could do something in the science and healthcare space. So maybe like a psychologist, but then, or a sociologist, but then those roles, at least for sociologists, they're mainly in the educational field, or they might work in like a company. Um, I don't know. I've been kind of trained in working with local businesses, and all of these roles that I see here are not really local businesses. They're they're job titles in larger organizations. So I don't know how to, serve these people. Maybe I could do like a nutritionist. So local nutritionists around the area, or like massage therapists. But in this day and age, I don't think massage therapists are too active in terms of the pandemic that's going on. So I'm not sure if that's good. Um, Midwife. At first, I didn't know what a midwife was until I clicked on it. And a midwife is like a nurse and a how do you say this? Anesthetist, nurse, midwife, nurse practitioner. So like nurses, I don't know if nurses have their own business because they work in hospitals and maybe like an old folks home or um but I what's the correct term for like you know where people who are older they go. I used to have a client when I was working at an agency. I was doing SEO for them, and that was pretty good. um Community health, community and social service, so mental health counselor. So counselors, I was looking at counselors like you know counselor near me. There's online therapy, therapists, psychologists. So I don't know if they might be looking for marketing, because a lot of these therapists and counselors, they are insurance driven, or at least they are referred to by maybe their doctors. And I'm looking at the search results, and there's not too many local businesses that are therapists or counselors. So, like education. So maybe I could target schools, like specific schools. But I'll have to take a look. I've never really been into education. Like I know a lot of my friends are in education, but that never really piqued my interest. Like education, for whatever reason, I love learning, but just the idea of an educational institution, like a trade center or high school, college, I don't know. It never really stood out to me, so I'm not sure about that. So there's also training and development. So maybe I could target training, um, you know, uh, places that offer like training or things like that. But and it's funny because um, there's this section on the page that says INFP careers to avoid, and lo and behold, dentist and sales manager and electrician, engineering. And so these are the niches that I've been trying to target. Maybe that's why I haven't been successful in these niches, because I'm targeting these careers that are not a good fit for INFPs. I don't know. So I thought that was kind of funny. So I think, if you want to run your own company successfully or be happy in it, I think you should make sure you are serving the right people who are, aligned with your values. And just this morning, I came across this article after searching niche selection questions on Google. So this site is called yarrow.blog. And I'll add this link in the show notes, but I found this particular part interesting because it says, this really hit home. It says, let me scroll. So, the older you are, the better you know yourself. This is why, for younger people or any person embarking on an unknown path, it is important to do two things. Number one, research through live testing. You learn about yourself and develop skills via implementation. Do things and you will see what comes easily to you, what you struggle with, what works, what doesn't, and what excites you and bores you. Number two, learn from your results. This point is vital. Make sure as you test, you learn from your results and do not repeat ineffective patterns. If you discover you are not good at something, do not do it. If you learn a certain business model is not right for you, don't start your next business using the same model. So this really hit home, in terms of researching through live testing. I think in this business, I've kind of been testing different things and, do things that come easily to me, so actually doing the work, not doing the sales part, because that doesn't come easily to me. It bores me, and learning from my results, right? So I haven't been too successful in targeting dentists or the alternative energy niche. So I think I'm going to find another niche, but it's going to be kind of hard because with INFPs, they generally are not business focused. So I really need to find a niche that has local businesses that are kind of INFP related. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing today, is just trying to find another niche. Maybe I might be doing, instead of local businesses, I might be focusing on more of like a national level, or like blogs or e-commerce. So maybe I was thinking like meditation sites or yoga sites. I'm really into law of attraction, so maybe like LOA blogs. But at the same time, I don't know, a lot of them are affiliate sites, and they might not really, like if I do one national meditation site, I can only have one client, right? Like I can't have another client that does like a meditation website because it'll be competing. So it's kind of tricky. Or I could do e-commerce, but I'll have to kind of see what the options are. So that's that. So yeah, I will add this link to this article that I found that I thought really hit home to me. And I'll also add this link to trudy.com about INFP. So if you want to learn more about what industries or careers you could best fit in, check out this article. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, ken@leadtagger.com. And with that said, I will see you on the next episode.